Alright guys, well I'm back today with another high value and budget 9mm handgun. This one in particular though packs a ton of really nice specs and features as well as two cool color variations into a package that comes in at sub $400 to put everything into perspective. This is the brand new Girsan Mc9 Disruptor, and I've tried a few different iterations of the Girsan Mc9 in the past, and I've always had really good luck with them. With this latest iteration, you get a lot of nice features, including a threaded barrel, extended magazine, and two cool color combinations of the standard camo or black camo, depending on what you like best. It also features an RMS C-cut standard and a plate that includes the rear sight that's removable, and I've added one of the new Votatu micro dot sights, which has been working out great. Again, we are talking about a pistol that actually comes in at under $375 and sometimes even cheaper depending on the configuration and where you're going to grab it. It also comes with some interchangeable back straps, and really the only con to the package itself, it only comes with one magazine. Now, magazines are available on EAA's website because that's who sent this out to the channel and that's who imports this. And overall, EAA has been great when it comes to that aftermarket support. Again, I've ordered extra mags from them in the past, and I'm really glad to get this one out to the channel to try because when you look at a lot of budget 9s on paper, they can all wash together. A lot of them have the same kind of boilerplate standard features on them, and you don't really notice the improvements or differences until you get them out to the range and you get rounds down range. And that's where I want to give a huge shout out to today's ammo sponsor, AAC. Now, these guys have been sponsoring the channel now this month, and they sent out a ton of 9mm. Now, they also have 5.56 down to $8.99 a box. They also have 308 for some affordable prices, and they just released 7.62 by 39, but we ran a lot of the 115 and 124 grain ammo through this setup, as well as some subsonic ammo from other companies, and it ran great down at the range. And that's one of the first things I want to discuss. All the specs and features that we're going to discuss are pointless if it's not reliable, and this was absolutely 100% functional without no issues whatsoever across the three ammo choices. Now let's talk about those specs and features and its other performance down at the range. First, right off the bat, it's ergonomic. It fits your hand incredibly nice, and there is no finger groove. So if you have smaller hands or larger hands, there's going to be a back strap to fit, as well as no finger grooves to tell you where to put your hands. It's got a slight undercut, and all the edges are incredibly nice, rounded and smooth, and it's got good texturing on the side panels, back panels, and front strap. It also has texturing on the mag, and the mags themselves are pretty slick, up to 17 rounds with that base plate. The other cool thing about this is it's got enough texturing on the slide to chamber around, grab it, and do press checks without being overly crazy with a bunch of slide cuts to allow ingress into the slide for function. This is more of a duty style handgun rather than like a competition style handgun. Now this one also has a really nice trigger when compared to something like an off-the-shelf Glock. It's got that little trigger dingus, and you can actually press the trigger practically anywhere and get it to function. Unless it just barely hooks on something like your holster, it's not going to fire, and that's kind of the built-in safety. We hit a defined wall and a very crisp break. The reset on this guy is audible, tactile, and fairly short, and a good break. A good combat or duty style trigger, no issues there. Pick rail up front, and I've got one of the brand new Olights with the swappable rechargeable battery, the PL Mini 3 Valkyrie, and there's a campaign going on these guys right here, so if you're catching this at the release of this, head over there. They just dropped some really awesome products. Now, moving along to the slide itself, this one does come with a threaded barrel, 1/2x28, and this one runs with a can good, no issues there. A lot of guns may be a little bit finicky. This was fine. We didn't have any issues running a couple of cans, and it was great down at the range. It does come with the low profile sight, but you can actually remove that and swap it out, and the rear sight is attached to the plate, so when you remove the plate, you do lose that, but a lot of the new optics I've been reviewing have rear sights built in, so if your optic does go down, you can actually still line up iron sights and engage your target for close-up shooting, which is a cool feature of this Votatu that I will be posting a review on soon. Now this overall setup is great because it just works down at the range. One thing I want to note with this very nice beaver tail kind of built into the grip and the way that this pistol is set up, the recoil is insanely manageable. This is so light recoiling when running 115 grain ammo, and it also really tames the 124 grain ammo really well. That definitely packs a little bit more of a punch, that 124 grain NATO spec ammo. So I've been a huge fan of this down at the range, especially the ergonomics, the way it shoots and how it's been holding up. And if you want more information about this setup, you can head over to EAA's website and really dig in. In summary, it's a great functioning handgun with very easy to manipulate controls. Everything stays out of the way that needs to stay out of the way. Everything works as it should, like that mag release and slide lock lever. And this is just a solid option for sub $400. If you're looking for a budget 9, this is definitely one to consider, especially if you're thinking about, and I know this is superficial, color variations. A lot of companies charge added prices for these type of Cerakote options or color options or coating options, and this one is kind of rolled in either the standard camo or black camo at that price. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to AAC for sponsoring, and thanks to EAA for sending out this Girsan MC9 Disruptor. I think it's definitely worth considering if you're looking in this price point, especially with all these features, including a threaded barrel and RMSC optics cut. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.